A massive underwater city, larger than Manhattan, lies hidden beneath the waves of Japan. Strange magnetic anomalies in Romania make compasses spin wildly and electronics fail without explanation. In the middle of Siberia, a crater so deep and perfect that locals call it the doorway to hell continues to baffle researchers worldwide. These aren't locations from science fiction. They're real places on Earth that continue to confound the world's leading scientists. 1. Yonaguni Monument. Let's dive into the first mystery. Off the coast of Japan lies the Yonaguni Monument, a massive underwater structure discovered in 1987 by scuba instructor Kihachiro Aratake. Located near Japan's westernmost island, this submerged wonder sits at depths of 15 to 30 meters, 50 to 100 feet, beneath the ocean's surface. What makes it truly extraordinary is its size and complexity. The main structure stretches nearly 150 meters, 490 feet long, and 40 meters, 130 feet wide, larger than many modern buildings. Some researchers, like Professor Masaki Kimura, who studied the site for over 15 years, believe it's the remains of a city that sank after an earthquake or tsunami. Kimura estimates it could be between 2,000 and 10,000 years old. The monument features what appear to be terraced structures, stone columns, roads, and even a stepped monolith that resembles a pyramid with seemingly precise right angles. The site also contains what some interpret as a massive stone face and staircase-like formations carved into the rock. But here's where it gets weird. If this is truly an ancient city from the upper end of that age estimate, it would completely rewrite our understanding of human history. The oldest known complex civilizations date back only about 6,000 years. For this to be man-made and from the earlier period, it would mean an advanced civilization existed during a time when sea levels were much lower and this area was above water. The alternative explanation? Many geologists, including Boston University's Robert Schoch, argue these are simply natural formations created by underwater erosion and the region's tendency to form straight edges through natural fracturing. They point to the area's strong currents and the fact that the Yonaguni area is composed of sandstone, which naturally breaks along plains, creating flat surfaces and straight edges. What keeps this mystery alive is the mix of seemingly natural and artificial features. Even skeptics admit some aspects are difficult to explain through natural processes alone. After decades of research, scientists remain divided on whether humans built or modified this underwater wonder, or if nature created a formation that continues to fool our eyes. 2. The Hoia Baciu Forest. Deep in Romania lies a forest so strange that locals have traditionally avoided entering it. The Hoia Baciu Forest earned its nickname as the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania for good reason. Covering about 250 hectares near the city of Cluj-Napoca, this woodland has become famous for allegedly paranormal phenomena. Visitors report unusual sensations, including anxiety, nausea, headaches, and skin irritations when walking among its twisted, unusually shaped trees. Electronic malfunctions have been frequently reported: cameras failing, batteries draining unexpectedly, and inconsistent compass readings. Some paranormal investigators claim to have recorded electronic voice phenomena, and visitors often report capturing unusual light effects in their photographs. The most discussed feature is a clearing within the forest where vegetation appears stunted or absent. While local legends claim nothing has grown there for centuries, scientific verification of this claim is limited. Some researchers have investigated the area for unusual electromagnetic readings, though conclusive scientific studies explaining the reported anomalies remain sparse. The forest gained significant attention after 1968, when military technician Emil Barnea photographed what he claimed was a UFO over the forest. Images that became famous in UFO research circles. Local folklore includes stories of a shepherd and his flock disappearing, though historical documentation of this event is limited. Other tales include people reportedly experiencing time distortions or feeling disoriented in the forest. While the Hoya Baciu Forest has been the subject of numerous paranormal investigations and television programs, rigorous scientific studies explaining the reported phenomena are limited. The forest continues to attract both paranormal enthusiasts and skeptics, trying to determine whether its reputation stems from genuine anomalies, geological features, or the power of suggestion combined with local folklore. 3. The Siberian Crater, Batagaika Crater. In the remote reaches of Siberia, a massive hole continues to grow larger every year. The Batagaika Crater, often called the Gateway to the Underworld by locals, is located in the Yakutia region of Russia, one of the coldest inhabited places on Earth. Unlike many mysterious formations, we know exactly how this crater began, but its future development is what concerns scientists. The crater first appeared in the 1960s after forest clearing for industrial activity exposed the permafrost to sunlight. Without the tree cover providing shade, the ground began to thaw. What started as a small depression has now grown into a massive thermokarst depression that stretches over a kilometer long, up to 86 meters, 282 feet deep, and continues to expand at rates of up to 10 to 15 meters per year in some sections. What makes scientists take notice isn't just its size, it's the speed of its growth and what it's revealing. As warming temperatures accelerate the thawing process, the crater expands, exposing ancient soil, remains, and organic material that's been locked away in permafrost for thousands of years. Researchers have found preserved plant material, animal remains, and ancient DNA dating back approximately 650,000 years, providing a remarkable window into Earth's past. This isn't just a geological curiosity. It represents a significant concern for climate research. The permafrost contains substantial amounts of frozen organic matter. As it thaws, microbes break down this material, potentially releasing carbon dioxide and methane. The Batagaika crater is the largest known thermokarst depression of its kind, though similar but smaller formations are appearing across other Arctic regions. The challenging question remains, how will it develop in the future? Scientists continue to monitor its expansion as warming temperatures affect the permafrost region. The crater provides researchers with an important site to study the effects of permafrost thaw and what it might mean for similar Arctic landscapes as temperatures continue to rise. 4. The Hessdalen Lights. Norway's Hessdalen Valley has been the site of a scientific mystery for over 40 years. Strange, hovering balls of light appear in the sky, changing colors from white to yellow to red. These aren't fleeting glimpses or questionable sightings. They're documented phenomena that have drawn scientific interest since the early 1980s. The lights first gained serious attention during a wave of sightings between 1981 and 1984, when residents reported seeing them frequently, with some estimates suggesting up to 20 sightings per week during peak periods. While sightings have become less frequent since then, they continue to appear regularly enough that in 1998, researchers established the Hessdalen Automatic Measurement Station to study them. What distinguishes these lights from typical unexplained aerial phenomena is the scientific attention they've received. The lights have been observed floating motionless in the air, sometimes for extended periods. They can move across the valley at various speeds, and sometimes appear to change in size, split, or merge. They've been photographed, videotaped, and detected on radar. The most puzzling aspect is that despite years of scientific monitoring, researchers still cannot provide a definitive explanation. Several theories have been proposed based on the valley's geology. The area contains zinc and copper on one side of the valley, iron on the other, and running water in between, creating conditions that might generate electrical phenomena. Some scientists suggest this could produce combustible gases that ignite in the atmosphere. Other theories propose that the lights might be a form of plasma created by ionized gas, or that the valley's mineral composition creates piezoelectric effects. Researchers have detected electromagnetic fields in the area during light phenomena. However, none of these theories has been conclusively proven to account for all the observed characteristics of the lights. The Hess-Dalen phenomenon remains one of the most scientifically studied unexplained light phenomena in the world, with ongoing research still seeking to understand their true nature and origin. 5. The Baltic Sea anomaly. In 2011, ocean explorers discovered something unusual at the bottom of the Baltic Sea. The Swedish diving team Ocean X, led by Peter Lindberg and Dennis Osberg, was searching for shipwrecks when their sonar detected an unusual formation about 90 meters below the surface. The Baltic Sea anomaly, as it became known, quickly generated speculation online and in the media. The sonar images revealed what appeared to be a roughly circular object, approximately 60 to 70 meters in diameter with unusual features. What caught attention was its distinctive shape, with what seemed to be straight edges and geometric patterns that some interpreted as artificial. Some observers compared its sonar image to the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. The Ocean X team later claimed their electrical equipment experienced malfunctions when they approached the anomaly during dives. However, these claims have not been verified by independent scientific sources, and electronic malfunctions underwater can have many explanations, including equipment issues in saltwater environments. Samples collected from the site have been analyzed with varying results. While initial reports suggested unusual mineral compositions, geologists have pointed out that the samples contain typical rocks found in glacial regions, primarily granite, gneiss, and sandstone, consistent with natural geological formations in the Baltic Sea region. Scientific consensus among marine geologists and oceanographers leans toward the anomaly being a natural geological formation. The Baltic Sea region was heavily glaciated during the last ice age, and experts suggest the formation is likely a glacial deposit, possibly an unusual glacial erratic or rock outcropping shaped by natural processes. The straight features could be explained by natural rock fracturing patterns. What some described as a track leading to the formation is likely another natural feature of the seabed, possibly a glacial scar or sediment pattern common in post-glacial underwater landscapes. Without more comprehensive scientific study beyond the initial commercial diving exploration, the Baltic Sea anomaly remains primarily a geological curiosity rather than a confirmed archaeological discovery. 6. The Gate of the Gods, Puerta de Hayu Marca. High in the Peruvian mountains sits a stone doorway carved into rock, the Gate of the Gods, or Puerta de Hayu Marca. Located near Lake Titicaca in southern Peru, this structure was reportedly brought to wider attention in 1996, when local tour guide Jose Luis Delgado Mamani claimed to have discovered it while exploring the region. The site features a T-shaped recess carved into a pinkish sandstone rock face. The main entranceway measures approximately 7 meters, 23 feet, in height, and 7 meters in width, with a smaller alcove or niche carved within it. In the center of the inner doorway is a small circular depression, approximately 5 to 6 inches in diameter. Local legends among indigenous communities in the region speak of this doorway as having special significance. According to some traditions, it was considered a gateway to another realm, or the lands of spirits and deities. Various stories have become associated with the doorway, including tales of people disappearing through it, or it serving as a portal. One story that has been circulated involves an Incan priest supposedly fleeing from Spanish conquistadors with a golden disc that could activate the doorway. What's notable about this doorway is that it doesn't lead to any chamber or passage. It's a carved feature in the rock face. While its precise age is difficult to determine, the area around Lake Titicaca has a rich archaeological history, with significant sites associated with pre-Inca civilizations, including the Tiwanaku culture. Archaeological research on this specific site is limited compared to major monuments in the region. Some researchers suggest it may have had ceremonial or ritual significance, possibly related to traditional Andean cosmology and sacred geography. The area around Lake Titicaca contains numerous important archaeological sites, including Tiwanaku and various sacred islands. While the Gate of the Gods has attracted attention from alternative historians and spiritual tourists, mainstream archaeology continues to study its cultural context within the broader landscape of Andean sacred sites and pre-Columbian monuments. 7. The Richat structure, Eye of the Sahara. Visible from space and resembling a giant bullseye in the Sahara Desert, the Richat structure in Mauritania is one of Earth's most striking geological features. This massive circular formation spans approximately 40 to 50 kilometers, 25 to 30 miles, across and features concentric rings that create its distinctive eye-like appearance. First documented by early space missions, the Richat structure immediately caught scientific attention because of its nearly perfect circular shape. For years, researchers hypothesized it might be an impact crater from a meteorite. However, detailed geological studies found no evidence of shock metamorphism, melted rocks, or other features typically associated with meteorite impacts. The scientific consensus now holds that the Eye of the Sahara is a geological dome formed through a process called uplifting. About 100 million years ago, molten rock pushed upward beneath the surface, causing the overlying sedimentary rock layers to bulge upward into a dome-like structure. Over millions of years, erosion has worn away the different layers of sedimentary rock, exposing the circular pattern we see today. The differential erosion of alternating hard and soft rock layers created the concentric ridges and depressions. The central part of the structure contains exposed igneous and metamorphic rocks, including volcanic rocks that solidified deep underground. Geologists have identified various minerals within the structure, though claims about abundant precious minerals have been exaggerated in some popular accounts. The structure's remarkably symmetrical shape has led to alternative interpretations outside mainstream geology. Some have speculated about connections to the mythical Atlantis, based primarily on the visual similarity between the circular structure and Plato's description of Atlantis as a city of concentric rings. However, there is no archaeological evidence supporting this connection, and the geological evidence clearly indicates natural formation processes. Today, this geological wonder remains one of Earth's most distinctive features when viewed from space, and continues to be studied by geologists interested in the processes that shaped North Africa's landscape over millions of years. 8. The Nazca Lines. The Nazca Lines of Peru present one of archaeology's greatest puzzles. Etched into the desert floor between approximately 500 BCE and 500 CE, these enormous geoglyphs depict animals, plants, and geometric shapes so large they can only be fully appreciated from above. Spread across the arid Peruvian coastal plain, about 400 kilometers south of Lima, these remarkable creations have survived for nearly 2 millennia. The scale of these designs is truly impressive. Some of the larger figures stretch hundreds of meters across, with the longest straight lines running several kilometers. Among the most recognizable designs are a hummingbird, spider, monkey, lizard, and a humanoid figure sometimes called the astronaut. The site contains hundreds of individual designs, including numerous geometric shapes like triangles, spirals, and trapezoids. What makes the Nazca Lines especially remarkable is their preservation and precision. Created by removing the reddish-brown iron oxide-coated pebbles to reveal the lighter-colored earth underneath, these designs maintain their proportions despite their massive size. The extremely dry, stable climate with little wind or rain has preserved them for centuries. How did the ancient Nazca people create these massive artworks without being able to fly over them to see the full designs? Archaeological research has shown that the Nazca civilization possessed the necessary knowledge of mathematics and simple surveying techniques. Researchers, including German mathematician Maria Rieke, who studied the lines for decades, demonstrated that using simple tools like stakes and rope, the designs could be accurately scaled up from smaller drawings. As for their purpose, several theories have scientific support. Some archaeologists believe they were related to astronomy and calendar keeping. Others, like Johann Reinhard, have connected them to worship of mountains and water sources, critical resources in the desert environment. Some researchers have suggested they served as ceremonial pathways meant to be walked during religious rituals. Studies have also noted possible connections to sources of water in this arid region. In 1994, the Nazca Lines were designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. While ongoing research continues to explore their cultural significance, what remains most impressive is the engineering skill and cultural organization the Nazca civilization demonstrated in creating these enduring monuments. 9. The Devil's Kettle. In the northernmost part of Minnesota sits a waterfall unlike any other. At the Devil's Kettle in Judge C.R. Magny State Park, the Brule River splits around a rock outcropping. While half the river tumbles down a conventional waterfall, the other half disappears into a mysterious pothole in the rock, seemingly vanishing from sight. For decades, this natural feature has intrigued scientists and visitors alike. The main question has always been, where does all that water go? Under normal circumstances, water that disappears underground typically re-emerges somewhere downstream or empties into nearby water bodies. Initial searches did not readily identify where the water from Devil's Kettle resurfaced. The mystery inspired numerous informal experiments over the years. Visitors reportedly dropped objects like logs, ping pong balls, and even GPS trackers into the hole, hoping to discover where they might reappear. According to local lore, these items never resurfaced, though most of these tests were not conducted with scientific controls or comprehensive downstream monitoring. In 2016 to 2017, hydrologists from the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources conducted more rigorous measurements. They measured water flow volume above and below the falls, finding that virtually all the water that enters the kettle does rejoin the river downstream. According to hydrologist Jeff Green, who worked on the study, the water is rejoining the river right below the falls. To further test this conclusion, in 2017, the DNR planned to conduct a dye trace test, using vegetable dye upstream from the falls and measuring its concentration below the falls. This would confirm whether the water truly rejoins the river immediately downstream, as their flow measurements suggested. The geology of the area provides insight into the formation. The pothole formed at a junction where rhyolite, a volcanic rock, meets basalt. This geological boundary likely created the conditions for the unusual formation and underground flow pattern. While the scientific consensus now indicates the water simply rejoins the river through underground fractures very close to the falls, rather than traveling far underground, the Devil's Kettle remains a fascinating natural feature that demonstrates how even seemingly mysterious phenomena can be explained through careful scientific measurement. 10. The Zone of Silence. Our final destination takes us to a patch of desert in Mexico that has developed an unusual reputation. The Zone of Silence, or Zona del Silencio, lies within the Mapimi Biosphere Reserve, where the states of Durango, Chihuahua, and Coahuila meet. This remote area, located approximately 400 miles south of El Paso, Texas, has become associated with various unusual claims, though many have been exaggerated in popular accounts. The zone gained wider attention in July 1970, when a U.S. Athena test rocket veered off course and crashed in the area. The incident led to a cleanup operation by American and Mexican authorities. This real event appears to have served as a catalyst for many of the legends that later developed around the region. The area has gained a reputation in paranormal circles for alleged communications disruptions and magnetic anomalies. According to some accounts, radio signals can become difficult to receive in certain parts of the region, and there are claims about compass irregularities. However, systematic scientific studies confirming these specific electromagnetic anomalies are limited, and many reports remain anecdotal. The region sits at approximately 26 to 27 degrees north latitude. Claims connecting this latitude to other famous sites, like the Bermuda Triangle and Egyptian pyramids, have contributed to its mystique. Though such geographical alignments are not considered scientifically significant, The area does have genuine scientific interest due to its unusual ecosystem. The Mapimi Biosphere Reserve contains unique desert flora and fauna and has been the site of legitimate ecological research. The region also has geological features that make it an area of interest for meteorite studies, though claims of abnormally high meteorite concentration require verification. Local tourism has embraced and perhaps enhanced the area's mysterious reputation. Stories about unusual phenomena, strange lights, and encounters with unusual visitors have become part of the local folklore, similar to other remote areas that have developed paranormal reputations. Scientists who have studied the region attribute most reported phenomena to natural causes, including the area's geology, weather patterns, and isolation. The Zone of Silence represents an interesting case of how a real event, the missile crash, combined with the region's remote and unusual landscape, has given rise to a modern legend that continues to attract curiosity. These 10 places represent the edge of our scientific understanding, locations where conventional explanations sometimes fall short and where mystery still reigns. From Yonaguni's underwater structures to Norway's unexplained lights, these locations challenge our assumptions about the world. They remind us that despite all our technological advances and scientific knowledge, our planet still holds secrets that continue to baffle even the brightest minds. The most fascinating question isn't just what we don't know about these places, but what they might eventually teach us about our world and ourselves. If you enjoyed this video, then click on the link to learn more Did You Know Facts.